Hey everyone, I'm Veronica. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I have a special guest, Roxy Lee from Roxy Talks. We're doing a special collaboration today where we are answering your questions at random. I just picked some random questions. This is part one of our collaboration. You can watch part two on Roxy's channel, and I encourage you to go there and subscribe. I will list all those details below. So we are just going to answer these questions as we feel instinctually. We're not really that prepared. So it's going to be awesome. We'll see what happens, and hopefully you get your question answered. Okay, so the first question is it possible to attract someone whose sexual orientation is different than ours? For example, a heterosexual male to attract a lesbian female. All right.
You want to go first? Your channel.
I think that it is possible. And the reason why I say that is I think that we're attracted to the soul within, not necessarily to the person, to certain physical attributes, even to gender. I really think that we're just attracted to the person's soul. So I do think that it is possible to have, not to change someone's sexuality, but to have them be attracted to you specifically. What do you think?
Yeah, so I kind of subscribe to the idea that, maybe this version of them is not under that sexual orientation influence. So I kind of believe that if somebody is selecting a version of a partner that is kind of unavailable to them, it has to do with kind of their own insecurities or their blocks within them that's making them question whether or not they're good enough for a relationship or whether it's really attainable for them. So my approach to them would just be to select a reality where that person is not
bound by that obstacle.
Yeah, because honestly, sexuality is on a spectrum. So even if somebody is straight, you don't really know. They may just identify like that out in public, but who knows what their actual feelings are. So
that is absolutely true. Anything is possible. I mean, I really think, why place limitations just because, someone has said, well, I'm this, or labeled themselves as this. Like, I really think you can fall in love with pretty much anyone, and that anyone has the potential to be any sexuality. So let's just attract in terms of love without any obstacles, and that's where you're going to get your success.
Yeah. And sexuality is a circumstance, and circumstances are just completely made up in your mind. So do it. Get them.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it.
Okay, question number 2. I'm in the phase of giving up and not giving up on my SP. I was listening to yours, Veronica, and Roxy, me, and Amanda's videos last night. I concluded that during the manifestation process, we should set a series of small manifestations like my SP comments and likes, messages, texts, etc. because that should happen when you're living in the end. Am I living too much in the present time? I told myself that I intend my SP to like my new profile picture. I think I set an expectation. Now I'm in the giving up but not giving in phase? Sad phase. How can I make feeling of living in the end?
Oh, gosh.
Here's what I'm going to say. Who cares what they think and what they say, because you're choosing your reality anyway. So don't choose a version of them, again, that's unavailable to you. Change the narrative, change the story. Instead of wanting them to, I want them to read my text. I want them to reply to me. We intend that they do. We allow it by not offering these differing feelings of, of noticing it's not there, wondering why they're not, wondering what they're doing, because we decide what they're thinking and what they're feeling. So they're reading your text, they're loving it, they're wanting to respond. And if they're not, maybe they dropped their phone in the toilet. You don't know. So
yes, I love that.
Make up something benign or ridiculous that kind of puts your mind at ease so that you can just, I know of course they're responding to me. What else would they be doing? I just give them so much power, because the power is within you, not them. They don't have any of it.
Yeah.
My opinion.
I like the bold approach. Yeah, I mean, I think that, this person is now in the giving up but not giving phase. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm reading that right, but it sounds like this person is exasperated a little bit, ready to give up, ready to, like, totally exhausted. I would definitely advise this person to start having a little bit more fun with this specific person. I mean, you want to attract them because it makes you feel happy. It sounds like this person isn't feeling happy at all.
Yeah.
Like it's just a struggle, and it's never going to work when you're struggling like that. I mean, I actually think that's what this person's issue is. It's not that they're living too much in the present time, it's that they're struggling too much.
They're,
They're connecting
they're
too
not
much with the
enjoying the
struggle.
present time.
Yeah.
Way too much of the
Yeah.
and they don't like it.
They're not having any fun. They're feeling resentful of the present moment and the limitations and what they're currently experiencing. Like anything can change at any moment. So let's start creating new stories, start creating better stories, and start getting those results.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. We get so bogged down with this 3D because we're, here. I always say that we're kind of like the lab rat and the lab technician at the same time.
Oh,
So
I
we're
like that.
we're eating the cheese, we're getting zapped, but we're also creating the maze. We're putting the cheese where it goes. We know where the exits and entrances are if we take that step back and allow ourselves to not be so affected by the world. So I'd say take off your little lab rat suit,
Mm.
put on your lab coat, be a little more tinkering, taking notes, paying attention to what's working, revising things, and not so much of like, just like letting everything happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely really good advice. I mean, I second that. Okay, so
All
question
right.
number 3. Here we go. I'm just wondering if you could make a video on how to deal with days that you have a heavy feeling in your chest, even after meditation, and trying to read your books to reinforce positive feeling. I think when you have that heavy feeling in your chest, you definitely have to deal with it. Like, that's no way to live for you. I mean, if manifesting something causes you to feel that heavy feeling, then, you should start working on your own happiness right here in this moment. I mean, it's awful to feel that way. I do think that days like that do pass. Whenever you're feeling that heavy feeling, I say to kind of just forget your desire for right now and the fact that you're having to manifest and just do something that's solely for yourself, like listen to some music that you like, watch something funny or silly on YouTube, go get some ice cream, just something that is all for you. Take a bath, watch a sunset, but do something that's completely getting your mind off of this. Because if it's causing you to feel so heavy, like you're struggling, you're connecting too much with the struggle.
Yeah, I agree with what you say. The only thing I would just add, personally, is that, when we do feel these feelings, like you said, you have to feel them, because if you keep stomping them down, they're just going to explode out of you. So
Yeah,
let the
it's
feeling
not good.
come. Yeah, if it's especially if it's something like anxiety, where it's just like it's coming, like you're
Yeah.
anything to stop it. So my advice to my clients always is feel it, but the thoughts don't get to join the party. If
Ah,
the emotions go, fine, fine. You're a human being. It's going to
yeah.
happen. I want to not let that happen. We just have it's natural. But this up here, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's usually what it is for me when I can't get out of there. It's usually it's all good or it's fine, just over and over and over, over,
Mm,
over and over. And
yeah,
I
I like that.
feel it, but the thoughts don't get to go. They have to
Mm.
stay home.
That's really good advice. I mean, I'm definitely all for getting those feelings out. Like, I
Mhm.
think a lot of times when you're trying to manifest something, you think you have to be positive, and so you have to
Right.
suppress those emotions. And
Right.
that's not healthy. It doesn't work. It backfires.
Yeah.
So get it out of your system.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Because after you have a good cry sesh, then you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm hungry. Like it's totally like,
Right. Yeah, you totally
it's done.
forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Then go get that ice cream.
Yeah,
Watch some
exactly.
trashy
I don't know
reality.
why it's an ice cream. I'm always thinking about food.
Good. It's good. It does the trick.
Okay, last question. Want to
All
take it
right.
away?
Okay. Number 4. How to radiate love out to our specific person, and can they feel it?
Mm.
Okay. Okay. I love this because, like, guys, your specific person it's just a reflection of you. So you want your specific person to feel love. Guess where it needs to start? Got to start here. Love has to start here, because the world's a mirror and you can't have it reflected. It's not going to reflect anything that you don't put in front of it. Or how do I say this better? It only reflects what you put in front of it. So if you want love back from your person, guess what? Love has to come out. And it doesn't need to be necessarily directed at them, because I'm sure we've done a lot of that,
Yeah,
up to this point.
exactly.
It needs to be directed inward. It needs to be fulfilling this. It needs to be saying, what do I need from the world to feel fulfilled? What makes me happy? Do I need understanding, compassion, love? What am I missing, and what am I not giving to myself? What am I not telling myself? What am I not getting from the world? Give it to yourself first, and then you can put it out there, and then
Yeah.
they feel what you feel. So do you?
Yeah, I feel like you hit a really good point when you said that usually people are they've done so much giving that love, but they haven't done enough receiving, allowing yourself to be a source of love
Yeah.
and to fulfill it already because you don't need that other person to give it to you first. Like you have to feel it
Mhm.
already, and then the person gives
Yeah.
it to you just in
Yeah.
abundance. It's
Exactly.
amazing.
It is.
And allowing yourself to experience it, know it, know what love is within yourself independently of any other person, any other circumstance. Like that loving feeling is amazing. And I mean, I think that radiating love, again, it starts with yourself. Allow yourself to experience it. Love yourself the most.
Right. Well, you're the most important thing because the rest of the world is shaped off of the way you feel. So it's not selfish to put yourself absolutely first because
Mm,
then everything else gets to line up. Everything else gets to be great. You show up as a 10 to everything, then it
mhm.
benefits the rest of your life. If you're showing up as a 3 because you're doing so much for other people, what
Yeah.
really getting out of you? They're getting you at a 3. That's not good for either of you, So
Yeah.
it's important you make this a 10, then you're giving a 10. Everybody's enjoying it. Everyone's
Yeah. It is a thing where everyone benefits, and people are so afraid to love themselves, to receive love, to allow love. Like they think it's somehow, it's somehow not kind, like it's selfish or something like
right,
that.
right,
But
right.
it's not. It's not at
Not
all. And I know we're not used to
good.
thinking in
Mhm.
that way. You know,
Yeah,
we're not. We're
yeah,
taught to, be selfless, and we need to love ourselves the most. And
yeah,
that's one of the biggest issues that I think people deal with in attracting a specific person.
right. Yeah, and they don't even know what that looks like. It's almost hard to conceptualize, but I just say like, listen, you know what it feels like to love something. You've loved a pet, even like a day that you remember, even
Yeah.
favorite band or something that makes
Yeah.
like, oh yes, it fires you up. You conjure that feeling, bring the feeling up. Ask yourself, what does happiness feel like? What does love feel like? Practice it and radiate it, and then pair your new affirmations with that. Pair your story with this is love, and I'm feeling it for my SP, and I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. It comes to you. It's not hard. Your body responds. So
Yeah.
direction you want. Don't tell any of these ridiculous stories about this person doesn't love me and how. No, no, no.
Right.
It's all here. It's all you. You say
Yeah.
the love is and when and how much. So open those floodgates.
Yeah,
Open.
I love it. I want to give a big shout out to Sophie. It was actually Sophie's idea that me and Roxy Lee connect. So thank you,
Thank you.
Sophie, for making this happen.
And both of you. And I appreciate you having me here on your channel. I'm very,
Yeah.
very thankful to both of you guys.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone who submitted these questions. You can
Yeah.
always email me at veronicaisles@gmail.com if you'd like to ask a question for a future video. I always love viewer suggestions. And thank you so much, Roxy Lee. You're going to watch part 2 on her channel. So follow that link below and give her a thumbs up and a subscribe. She's highly recommended by me. So yeah,
Great,
thank you
thank
so much for being on the channel. Hopefully we can do more collaborations. This
you.
has been
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
all righty.